Welcome back to Dark Corners Streaming. We have previously mentioned 1924's Waxworks in videos about The Man Who Laughs, also directed by Paul Leni, in our Conrad Veidt Top 10, and most recently our Top 10 Waxmuseum Horrors, where it came in at number 3. Not bad considering that little of it takes place in a wax museum. Taking inspiration from the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the film opens in a fairground. A poet, played by future Hollywood director William Dieterle, finds work at the Waxworks, writing stories to accompany 3 of the dummies: Harun Al-Rashid, Emil Jannings of Faust, Ivan the Terrible, Conrad Veidt of The Man Who Laughs, and Spring-Heeled Jack, Caligari's Werner Krauss. The other dummy is Rinaldo Rinaldini for a planned 4th episode that proved beyond the budget. Now taking inspiration from Fritz Lang's Destiny, the film becomes an anthology, the poet casting himself and the waxwork owner's daughter Eva as romantic leads in the story of Harun Al-Rashid. Although if he's trying to romance her, then it's hard to say why he makes her a vain, unfaithful wife. Albeit a very clever one. While he, now taking inspiration from The Thief of Baghdad, goes off to rob the Caliph. This segment is played for action and laughs. Jannings revelling in the role of the leering and corpulent Caliph. And the ending really does make you wonder what happened next. But, arguably an improvement on Destiny, each segment of Waxworks is a complete tonal reset. The story of Ivan the Terrible is horror. The poet and Eva appear again, but in less prominent roles, and again you've got to question the poet's seduction technique. But this segment is all about Conrad Veidt. Utterly mesmerising as Ivan. Ecstatic at the deaths of his prisoners, yet deeply paranoid. Veidt takes what could have been a one-note monster and turns him into a more complex and ultimately disturbing character, showcasing that intensity that defines his acting. The final segment again changes tack completely as the poet falls asleep and we enter his expressionist dream that quickly becomes a nightmare with the arrival of Spring-Heeled Jack. I'd always thought that the film's makers had confused Spring-Heeled Jack with Jack the Ripper, but I've been informed via comments on our Waxmuseum video that British censors changed the title as mentioning Jack the Ripper might upset people. It's an extraordinary final chapter to the film. Aside from the stories and performances, you can't help but admire the look of Waxworks. Director Paul Leni was an accomplished art director, designing sets for many of his own films, including this one. In a contemporary interview, Leni said, "I have tried to create sets so stylized that they evince no idea of reality." Hard to argue. The middle segment influenced Eisenstein's take on Ivan the Terrible. And it's notable that, again, the style of each set is in keeping with the tone of the story. The comedy of Harun Al-Rashid, the horror of Ivan the Terrible, and the nightmare of Spring-Heeled Jack. As I've said before, Leni is a director I love because he can apply the technique of an artist to a film that is pure entertainment. His death at 44 robbed us of what would, I'm sure, have been a stellar Hollywood career and of tremendous films. But at least we have ones like Waxworks to enjoy. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe or join us on Patreon or YouTube memberships. What directors do you think combine artistry and entertainment best? Let us know in the comments below.